make it or break it moment. The loser of this will be going sent down to that lower bracket.
Yeah, and we know that both Jukem and Rokso want to clinch one of those spots. It's why they're here today, so let's get into it. So no surprises here. It is Sceptile and Garchomp. I am curious to see what the support picks are. Jukem really well known for Snivy, Lapras. He's used that for a long time, but we've seen some experimentation. We even saw him going to Latios yesterday with his Empoleon, so we'll see if he had any mix-ups. Oh, and he's using Latios Yveltal here. Interesting.
Okay. Summer of Latios, am I right? Going forward, though, being able to see how both these players are going to come forward. The Garchomp being able to have that large hurt box, though, is going to be interesting to see how it plays out against a character as aggressive as Sceptile that tries to utilize a lot of that speed going in, but Jukem is the one stuck off to the side, and Rokso's going to be able to take full advantage of that.
Yeah, Rokso said for a long time that he thinks Garchomp's dive kick is the best in the game, and showing us right there exactly why. Able to get over a jab attempt from Jukem, and now Jukem able to sneak his way out of the corner with Sceptile's movement. That's what makes Jukem Sceptile so strong too, just picking these spots. And he opts to keep it in dual phase. He could have shifted there, but wants to keep the corner pressure up and pays off with some little extra damage.
Yeah, just being able to get out of that situation, cross up Rokso at the same time is immense here, but he does get caught up in that anti-air, and Jukem, he's going to be able to try to push his advantage. He's going to give him some of that space, but Rokso shuts him down.
Yeah, and a great Miss Magius call there. Rokso completely protected by the Miss Magius advancing, and then finds a Sand Tomb. Not quite enough to finish, but just goes for a grab and closes it out. Really clean round there from Rokso. Jukem got some punches in, but Rokso really controlled from start to finish, and I think used Miss Magius perfectly. So let's take a really close look on support calls from Rokso going on. The switches to Ninetales here.
Yeah, that block string too that we had seen from Miss Magius, basically forcing out a lot of that extra pressure. Just being able to hold his advantage. The burst meter is about to come online for Jukem, and he's going to try to pull it out when that moment really does come in. Ninetales now coming in as well, tries to keep Rokso out. Jukem is going to be able to try to push in this advantage. He does keep him by the wall.
Yeah, and Rokso just landing a Dragon Claw, able to convert Garchomp's damage, one of his greatest assets. And just they're finding a counterattack. Jukem missed spacing the dive kick a little bit, but ready with his CA. One of the things, the reason why Jukem is on this Yveltal too is really for setups, and a lot of times we're going to see it comboed maybe out of Giga Drain. So Rokso not giving Jukem the opportunity even to get those setups, just playing right up in Jukem's face.
Yeah, although now that does send Jukem a little further up. I love the counter right there. He does get the grab after seeing that Rokso wanted to play a little bit more defensively and being able to take full advantage of keeping Rokso up in this air. Can he be able to turn this around?
Yeah, left with just 1 HP now, bursting, recovers a little bit, dashes back twice, calling him Yveltal. We'll see if he connects. It's going to be close now, outside the puddle.
Yeah, just being able to space himself out perfectly right there. Jukem, he's only at 30 HP right now, but Rokso's taking a majority of that damage, and he does have that burst meter at the ready to try to come back from this. Comes Jukem, though, to get out of this corner, and he does manage to close it out.
Yeah, oh my gosh, that was such a nice read from Jukem coming out there, going for the Leaf Storm and perfectly lands it on the break attempt from Rokso. That was just, the mind games are insane, Vicky.
Leaf Storm was impressive to see. Jukem taking a chunk of damage right there, though, but you currently have Jukem stuck over to the side. Rokso's taking in a lot of that damage, and Jukem's going to be able to keep him against the wall, changing up to the dual phase now. He's stuck in this defense mode, but I love the counter right there, knowing exactly that he's living in Rokso's mind rent-free.
Yeah, a nice empty jump there from Rokso, and the grab mix-up so perfectly timed. A little bit of blockstone from those seeds, but Jukem just knows the timing so well, and Rokso caught a little bit off guard from it. Jukem not able to get the shift. Playing some mind games here, but Rokso fights back, lands a homing attack, and has another burst on deck in round 3.
Now being able to get through that puddle, though, you're going to have to watch out at block string, though. He is going to be able to block it just in time. Now going right in with the counter coming in. Jukem wants to get out of this corner, and he does manage to keep Rokso away. The burst meter is running out, and Jukem's going to be able to build into his next burst meter next.
Yeah, nice counter attack there. Jukem just evading Rokso's all of his offensive attempts. Outlasts all the bursts and makes the connection here. Knows it's not going to be enough and just keeps him in dual phase. Wow, great awareness there from Jukem.
And the lead sheet attempt too does manage to space him out. Rokso's out, and Jukem right now showing a dominating performance.
Yeah, Jukem's counterplay against Rokso's burst, I think really the story of that game number 1. Rokso able to get burst twice as Garchomp. Tough to do. Garchomp, one of the slower charging burst characters in the game, but that's because his burst attack is so strong. Really long lasting and tons of pressure, but Jukem just played so well. Stuck to the air and really moved around it and didn't allow Rokso any offensive openings, and we're seeing why the former world champ was a former world champ.
Yeah, Garchomp just overall being a really strong character, being able to utilize that Outrage Smasher on his burst attack that deals a good chunk of damage, but the thing is, Jukem just has not allowed that time for Rokso to close in that gap, and that's what happens when you have Sceptile. Such a fast character to apply some of that pressure, keep you against the wall, does manage to get out of that situation right there though, and tries to shut them down right before he gets out of that ground.
Yeah, we saw Rokso not commit to an offensive option there, just playing a little bit reticent to overextend, and I understand why eating a counterattack from Sceptile can be very punishing, but I think Jukem really starting to feel his game here, and Rokso's going to have to pick a spot. There he did, but called out, and Jukem shifting into another winning field phase, set up perfectly in duel now.
Well, he just tries to stuff him out in case he wants to jump out of the block right there. He manages to get the mix-up, though, and now reversing the situation. We're getting that field phase, and he is going to have to forcibly try to shield here, but the Latios now coming in. Does it help him out? But it doesn't. The shift phase going forward. Rokso, unfortunately, he is going to be able to take it here. Jukem couldn't get out of that wall, and the pressure is on coming in from Rokso.
Yeah, nice damage output from Garchomp. We've talked about how devastating that can be, and a really clean comeback there. Rokso now in a strong position in this second round, has Ninetales and almost has burst. Jukem, though, full resources of his own. That's a punish, and Rokso finds a very clean one. Doesn't just go for the grab, goes for the drill for the extra damage. Really well played.
Oh, and the counter right there, too. He's going to be able to take full advantage of this, keep him against the wall, gets the mix-up in. And notice how he can't really do much out of this, and Jukem still has full tools, being able to utilize the Evoldo and the burst meter as well. Keeps him in the shield, and he's forcing Rokso to close in that gap because Jukem knows he's already in the lead right now. He doesn't have to overextend.
Yeah, really nice use of 2Y there to keep Rokso back. That's a really quick little poking move. So Jukem mixing that into his game plan. Oh, just drilling over the Yveltal. Maybe trying to call something out. I don't know. Maybe a misinput even. That was very strange from Rokso. But it did get him out of a bad situation. Here, going to eat a big counterattack.
Probably trying to get out of the situation of jumping around Jukem, but Jukem is at the ready to try to punish him for it. Keeps him against the wall right now. He's going to try to take full advantage. Oh, unfortunately misses right there, and the Ninetales is now going to come on, force out the block, but Jukem, he had so much health, he knew that he could get a lot more aggressive onto Rocco.
Yeah, perfectly placed Leaf Blade there, just spaced around the Ninetales, the Will-O-Wisp. So Rokso back on the Mismagius, and I think the Mismagius has been much stronger, but Jukem dashes up and punishes the Mismagius call to get a shift, and now has pressure going off another Leaf Blade. This is one of those Yveltal setups. This is going to log Rokso's burst. He doesn't have it, but it's going to steal a little bit of it and set up another Giga Drain. Look at this. This is why Jukem is exploring new support options just like this. Oh my gosh, the damage.
Oh, just being able to take full advantage, and the double debuff that's onto Rokso too. You know Jukem wants to take full utilization off of that. Now being able to also tack into that burst meter that he's already built up. He's continuously pressuring on Rokso, and he's down to 1 health. Can he make this comeback right here? He's stuck against the wall, and he can't. Getting a perfect here from Jukem.
Very clean way to clinch his spot in the finals for the Pokemon Players Cup 3. Jukem advancing on over Rokso. Rokso headed down to losers. And Jukem just looking so strong there. As he's adapted his game plan from pure aggression, I think he's become even more scary. Just because we saw these sort of punctuated moments of that aggression.